What's going on, everybody? Diehlornodiehl here, and I'm playing some TDM on drive-in, which is pretty awesome for me because I really don't have any drive-in videos because I never get good KD. I always end up dying a little bit more than I would like to, and then I just don't bother recording any of them because I won't record a gameplay if I have 10 deaths is usually the most that I'll go, unless it's a really good KD, like I got like 50 or 60 kills. But this game went really well, but there's a quick story behind it. The people in this lobby, they were being douchebags. And they were the people with the FAMASs, the suppressors, and Ghost running around, and they're trash-talking us on their mics, too. Bragging about their KDs and, how much they owned us or whatever. And I'm like, buddy, I'm trying to run around with, like, Akimbo Scorpions here. You're using a FAMAS suppressor. Who do you think's going to win? I didn't talk on the mic, but that's my thought. So, a couple matches, they kept doing the same thing. And usually it doesn't get under my skin, but it did this time. And I was like, alright, that's it. It's time for me to take those FAMASs and shove them right up your ass. So, I put my tryhard class on. I'm using the AUG. I got dual mags, flak jacket, sleight of hand ninja. And I think my kill streaks are like spy plane, blackbird, chopper gunner? Something like that. And I'm playing really aggressive. Like, I usually don't play this aggressive. Like, I'm constantly running around. I was mad, and I wanted to show them, hey, listen, you're not that good of a player just because you're using a good gun. So, take another player who I would like to consider myself decent at this game. So, take a player who's better than you, give him a gun that can combat the FAMAS, and watch how much you suck. I was mad, not gonna lie. So, I hope you enjoyed the footage. A very aggressive gameplay, and the KD's pretty good. So, I would like to talk about Hurricane Irene. I mentioned in my last video how it was about to hit, and it did, and it was pretty bad, not gonna lie. It wasn't so bad at the beginning, though. Like, around 3 a.m. it started, and it was just like, it's just windy and rainy, whatever. But it took the electricity. At 9 a.m., power went out. And I was like, oh god, what am I gonna do? It came back on around 11? Something like that. So I was like, okay, we're doing alright, we might survive. Well, at noon, the power went out again. And it didn't come back as early. It didn't come back until 10:30 this morning. So, a little less than 24 hours, but it did last the entire day. So I was screwed. Because I use electricity for everything. I couldn't turn on my TV. There's no PlayStation. Couldn't go on the internet. My laptop ran out of battery after an hour and a half because, well, my laptop battery sucks. My DS was out of battery. My iPod was out of battery. My phone was down to a single bar on its battery because I was playing the games all day. I ended up sleeping throughout most of the day, which isn't that fun because I wasn't tired, but there was nothing to do. And most of the food in my house requires like a microwave or something to make. I really didn't eat much either. Ended up eating saltines by the candlelight. And I wondered, I was like, how the hell did people survive when they didn't have like electricity and technology back in the day? I really, honestly don't know what you do. It was hell. It was a living hell. Eventually by 7 p.m. that night, the storm had calmed. So I hung out with my friends later. And all we did was really hung around, talked, and we played a nice rousing game of life. The board game of life. And that was alright. I mean, not that I would go and play another board game, but in a situation where it's all you have, it was engaging. I ended up winning. Because I decided to skip college. I don't know if any of you actually know that game, but you can either decide to go through college or not. And I decided not to, but I lucked out. I bought a lot of stock, and I really lucked out on the spaces that I landed, and my life tokens actually helped me win. But that's enough about life. I really don't want to I really don't want to talk about that. But yeah, I mean, going through an entire day without electricity, it was my hell. And it was terrible. I don't know why it was gone for so long either, because by 7 o'clock, the storm was over. Yet we didn't get power back until 10:30 the next morning. So, it was bad. I ended up getting more sleep. I had to take a sleeping pill just to fall asleep at night, because I usually stay up late. I'll go to bed around 3 or 4 a.m., but I went to bed at midnight. Because it was just, there's nothing to do. So, if you figure it this way, I went to bed around 3 the night before the hurricane. Actually, as it was starting. And then I slept all the way till around 11 noon. I went back to sleep, woke up at 4:30. And then that's when I was up and about. And then I went to bed at midnight. So I really wasn't up that much. All I could do was sleep. I feel great now. I got a great amount of sleep. But it was one of the worst days I've had. Definitely the worst day of the summer, hands down, just because I couldn't do anything. Because home is like the safe haven. You can always go home and do stuff. Not that day. So, it was terrible. I'm glad the storm is over. And I can continue to do my own thing, make videos. I'm just happy that we got power when we did. Because if I had to go another day without it, I would have killed somebody just to do something. But anyways, that's about it for this commentary. The game is slowly winding down. Yeah, I'm very aggressive gameplay. I had dogs as my kill streak, I guess. And it worked out pretty well. The final score goes 31-5. A little bit more deaths than I would have liked. But you know what? 31 deaths in a TDM, I think that's pretty good. And definitely was aggressive gameplay. Something I usually don't do. But I'm trying to do it more often because I feel like it's more exciting to watch than more conservative gameplay. So I try to go a little bit more aggressive now and then. But anyways, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please rate it if you liked it, or if you disliked it. Give me some feedback. I always want some feedback. And subscribe if you haven't and want to see future videos from me. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you.